Week on the Precursor Cast, Tess can't get enough of Deadpool, Militus invents a real-life DPS meter, and the Precursor Guild keeps growing and growing. It is time to wind it up. This is episode 16 of the Precursor Cast.
Listening to the Precursor Cast with Tess, Militus, and Boom.
Well, goodness, everybody, we are coming to you for the 16th time in a row, and we are all exhausted. I don't know what it is. It's something in the air, to be honest. I think it's just like a pre-spring thing, and then, I don't know, this could be like the busiest time of the year for everybody that works. It's just crazy, and everybody's exhausted, but we're excited to be here. Welcome to the Precursor Cast. I'm Boom, and I'm joined, as always, by Tess and Militus. Guys, what is going on?
I'm sleepy.
I can tell. I can tell.
She's sleepy.
I know. I can see it. I can see that you're just
Since this is our sweet
exhausted.
16th,
Oh,
does that mean that Lord Farron's going to come by and take us out?
Ooh.
Yeah.
In a limo?
Could be.
I want
That
a
limo.
boy band. And I want a new Lexus.
Hey, Farron can hook you up, Tess.
Okay.
He's the man.
Farron,
Logan would show up in a beat up 1982 Chevy Nova. You know what I mean? He'd roll up and
He would do it so hipster, though. He would do it so hipster.
I totally picture him being like Spicoli rolling up and just smoke billowing out of his van. Mr.
Logan-
Hahn.
Yeah, Logan would be asking you if you had a car and could come pick him up.
Oh, gosh. Poor Logan.
Or a horse, as it would be. You know. Or he'd be like, hey, I know this centaur. We can just ride him on into town. Makes for an awkward night. Just saying.
Yeah. I could see Logan riding a centaur, all right.
Is it, what's the etiquette on that? We might have to ask somebody. Is it okay to ask a centaur if you can ride them? What's the deal with that?
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say
what I mean?
absolutely
Can
not.
you just be like,
No.
hey, centaur, give me a ride? I mean, I don't know. I think that should be allowed. No?
No.
Well, we're off to just a fantastic start to an amazing show.
As always.
inevitably. And look, I can't even get the sound to go down. I'm just like, There we go. All right, there we go. We got it. We're all set. Well, as always, we're gonna start off with a fun little activity. Are you guys excited for this fun little activity? I'll be honest.
I am so excited.
I didn't
Super
know
stoked.
What exactly I wanted to do tonight for this activity, and I thought since it's an audible podcast and everybody's listening via audio, that it's fun when they get to play along. So we're gonna do our very first ever name that movie, and so I'm gonna play a tiny clip of a movie, and the first one who knows the answer is just gonna chime in with the name of the movie. And we're going to go from there. I don't think these are very hard. So I think it's going to be pretty
But I'm
quick.
horrible at this type of
Oh,
stuff.
I suck.
I'm so bad. I'm like,
No.
it's that one movie with that guy in it that has the hair. Yeah.
All right,
Okay, listen. Hold on. I want to just make a statement real quickly. In psychology, we call this defensive pessimism. This is what Tess is employing. So everyone listening along, she's the art, theater, music person. So what she does is she just says, oh, I totally suck at this. It's going to be bad. Milton's going to kick my ass. And that way, if I happen to get one right, she go, look, see, I told you I was going to suck.
Right.
And then all the other times she's going to be like, wow, that was just luck.
I am a
And
fatalist.
we all know she's
I am
going to kick my
absolutely
ass.
a fatalist. Oh, I don't know. I really am bad. I really am bad at titles. I really am bad at titles.
Okay.
I could know it, but then having to get that from my head to my mouth just never works.
Well, I'm going to play these clips, and it's going to be really hard to play them a second time. So we're just going to have to see how this all goes. All right? And we're going to
Broke
roll.
Militus again.
I know, you break him every time. You break him every week. You break everybody. All right, here we go. So are you guys ready
Okay.
for the very first one? So this is the
Okay.
very first movie clip that I'm going to play. go ahead and answer. Here we go. Hold on, that's super quiet. Okay, we're gonna have to skip that one because
Sure.
that one was so quiet you couldn't even hear it. All right, here we go. Here's the next one. Ready? Here
Okay.
it comes.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I got to figure out why the sound is so stinking quiet.
Come on, Boom. I'm gonna call that Charlie Chaplin. I'm gonna go on the limb and say
Here's-
Charlie
here we
Chaplin.
go.
film.
Okay, here we go. Here.
Okay, here we
This
go.
is take 2.
Okay, which one is okay? Oh, that's War Games.
Very good. See, she's living up to it. She was like,
Couldn't
I don't
even hear it.
know.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry.
It's
the next
really quiet.
This
Boom.
next
Pump
one's
up
gonna be.
the
I
volume,
know.
baby.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm trying to pump up the jam here. Okay, I'm trying to pump up the jam. Okay, this one. Okay, hold on. I got to get it past this one section. Okay, here we go.
You're 39 years old. I would not expect you to call him Dad.
40-year-old
I'm not going to
virgin.
ever,
No.
even if there's a fire.
You want to punch me right now, but you won't.
You want to punch me too, Brennan? You guys both look like you might want to hit me in the face.
Anybody?
You do.
Any
I
guesses?
can tell. Well, why don't you do it? Why don't you punch
Oh,
me in the
Step
face?
Brothers.
Punch
Yes,
me
Step
in the
Brothers.
fucking
There it
face.
is. Militus got it. Militus got
Brothers.
Step Brothers. That was good. I could tell Militus knew what it was, but he was struggling with the
The
answer.
first
There
one,
you
I
go.
just took a stab completely in the dark.
That is
Okay.
one of my favorite. That movie just cracks me up. Step Brothers.
Did
is
we
so
just become best
funny.
friends?
Yeah. Yes, I think so. I don't know. That's awesome.
You
Okay,
should have
here we
played
go.
the
Someone
"Don't
pulled
touch
that
my
out on me the
drums"
other day.
scene. I'd have got it almost immediately. Don't touch my drums.
Somebody pulled that on me. Just like I met a new friend. I made a new friend the other day, and he actually turned that. And he, like halfway through our conversation, he actually goes, "Did we just become best friends?" And I went, "Yup." And he goes, "We're even best friends. We're better friends because you knew that reference." So there you go.
We're the best friends that friends can be. All right, here we go. All right, here's the next
Okay.
scene. Okay, you ready? Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Talk about something.
All right.
I'd like to say something. That prepared.
The Hangover.
Yes, you
Oh,
got
wow.
it. You
Good
nailed it.
job.
Sorry, I know these are quiet. I don't know why all these clips are so
No,
quiet.
no, it wasn't that so much that was quiet. I just
All
didn't
right.
get it. I
All
didn't
right,
get it.
I'm trying to manage the levels, the volume levels here, but that's great. So Tess has 2 correct. Militus has 1. Okay.
Okay, I need
Okay,
one.
Now this one again, I think this is going to be a good one. Okay, I got to turn this one up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
LaFonda is the best thing that has ever happened
Napoleon
to me.
Dynamite.
Yes.
I'm 100% positive that she's my soulmate.
LaFonda.
He didn't get out 3
That's
freaking
okay.
words.
That's because it was LaFonda. It's just the best.
Getting my butt kicked.
You nailed that one so quickly.
Well,
I'm
Boo,
telling
it's
you what, that
because
was insane. That was so
we,
fast.
Oh my gosh, we watched that movie so many times, Boom and I.
Yeah, that's a good movie. I could watch it again, but yeah, look, I figured you get.
I've only
would
watched
get it
about
at
half
LaFonda.
of it.
I figured you would get it at LaFonda. All right, here we go. Ready? Here's the next one.
Gilbert, come on,
Ribbon
rise
is
and
ours.
shine.
Bam! He
What
got
was
it.
I didn't even hear what
Revenge
Boomer said.
Revenge of the Nerds. Here we go.
Oh,
Here's the
yeah,
clip
I've
again.
never
Gilbert.
seen the whole thing.
Come on, rise and shine. Dad's
Hi.
waiting outside in the car. It's all packed.
I want
Hi,
pies.
Flo.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Someone ate my pie.
I figured you guys would grab that one right up, right? It's
Oh,
like
Betty.
yeah,
oh, I love you,
it's
Betty.
like we live it. Okay, this one is going to be tricky. Now, this one is one of my favorite characters that ever was on TV, and I don't even know what's happened to him. So here we go. This is going to be a little harder for you guys.
Okay.
Sid? I wasn't there. Sid? It's a rerun. What do you want?
There's somebody I want you to meet. I think you're a good scullion.
You don't think, Slacker. You ask. You got a name. What do they call you?
Jughead.
Jughead.
I know the actor, but I don't know the movie.
I do too.
Well, I've been
I do
thinking
too.
of
I don't,
Why? That's a good American name. As such.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Okay, Boom, I give up.
Are you guys stumped?
I know the actor, but I don't know the movie.
All right, of course, it's Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yeah.
Think of movies he's been in.
Oh, really? Well, I might know someone.
Shut up!
oh, hold on.
I
Back to
don't know
school.
anyone. Not a person.
Close. Not that.
About?
Think police.
I don't know.
Police
It's-
Academy.
it's
There you
like,
go.
freaks me out,
Bang.
man.
Police
But,
Academy.
okay, Militus doesn't get that one, though, because you had to talk him through it.
I talked you through it too. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so we'll just we'll just say nobody got that one.
3-3. I'll give it to you.
I did have to give you. Okay, so are we gonna say tied? What are we gonna do there?
Yeah, we're gonna say tied. We're gonna say tied. We're tied.
All right. So this one, this is kind of fun. Okay, now this one I expect you to get with only the music. All right, you should be able to figure this movie out with only music. It's one of Boom's favorite movies. It's highly inappropriate.
Okay, let's go.
I love it. Okay, here we go. Yes, Smokey and the Bandit.
I have never seen Smokey and the Bandit in my life.
That was some bitch.
I've never. Is that an old person thing? I guess.
Oh my
I'm gonna
gosh.
run you down, you some bitch.
That is the best. I watch that at least once a year.
All right, 4-3.
That was
I've
awesome.
never seen that movie.
I love it. Junior.
That was
Talking crap about his mom, his son's mom.
I
You
know.
never watched that, Tess?
That was a tremendous guess, by the way. You pulled that one. I could see it working in your head too.
Oh,
because
yeah, I
could
was
see
like,
you
oh,
just
I knew
going,
the music, but I couldn't place
okay.
it.
All right. Here we go. Here's the very next one. This one's a good one. Okay, here we go. This one you guys should get really, really quick. All right, here we go.
Oh, thought you were gonna tell me what a bad Googleizer I am.
A what?
Zoolander.
Yes.
A Googleizer, one who speaks it.
You Googleize. You Googleize.
He's a bad Googleizer, you know, one that speaks at funerals. There you go. By the way, I did go to the Zoolander 2. Was
it good?
So freaking fun.
I want to see it.
It's easy to entertain me, as you can tell from my movie selection that I've done here. It's just not hard to entertain me. All of these movies I will laugh at all day long. Okay, so this one, and it's, by the way, it's one of our last ones. This one is because of last week's podcast. I'm giving you guys both a hint. Here we go.
Finding Nemo.
Bam!
Okay. Maybe he only speaks whale.
Wait for it. No, finish it.
Dory. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you sure you speak whale?
There we go. Because
Way to go, Tess.
last week we got to hear Tess speak whale, and it
Dory.
was awesome.
Dory whale.
It was so very good. All right, now this one you guys will grab. This is the chance to tie it up. Okay, this one you'll
No,
get.
she's winning by 2.
No,
But,
just by one.
It's just by one, so it's 4-3. Okay, this one's gonna go really fast, I think. So here we go.
Listen, Dad, if you are going to talk about naughty things in front of these American girls,
Austin Powers.
then at least speak English.
Bam.
Way to go,
All
Tess.
right,
I
my
concede.
son. I could have had it away with his cracking.
But those
Judy
were.
and
I thought they
Chuck.
were gonna. You were gonna
Eat 10
pick
pork
like.
pies and a bag of trout, because if you are feeling quickly, why not just have a J. Arthur?
What, Billy? No, mates.
Too right, you.
Don't you remember the Crembo Din Din we had with the grotty Scotch beer?
Oh, the one who goes 6 and 7.
I had to let that one ride a little bit because when it's epic. That was awesome. That was
Okay, I have to say,
fantastic,
Boom,
Tess. Yes.
You didn't have an Office Space clip, and for that, you lose a star.
I could have had an Office Space
I'm
clip.
just saying.
Yeah.
I was waiting for a PC load letter.
I'm gonna need you guys
Well,
to work a little harder.
Maybe
on
what
this
we can
podcast.
do is we can maybe do this again in a coming week, and if we
Your
do,
ass is wearing flair the next time we do it.
we will do it. Next time we will have 32 pieces of flair. That's how we'll roll. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Well, here we go. Let's go ahead and move on. Tess, so we have a lot of people that want to get a hold of us because a lot of them are going to give us movie suggestions for next week, and they're probably going to call in and text in, and they want to use our Twitter. How are they going to go about all of that fun stuff?
Oh. Okay. So in order to get a hold of us, you can visit our website at precursorcast.com. You can tweet us at precursorcast. You can email us at precursorpodcast@gmail.com. Is that like Fast and the Furious?
That's the Daytona 500.
Yeah, this week was the Daytona 500, so I thought while you were doing your clip, we could recap the race a little bit. So go ahead and finish.
You can visit our Twitch every Wednesday. We're live Wednesdays, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, at Twitch TV/PrecursorCast.
That was epic.
Facebook at facebook.com/PrecursorPodcast, or you can call us at 702-625-1337.
That's those leads.
That's
Bravo.
Fantastic.
Bravo.
That was fantastic.
Very
I had to
nice.
add in a little something just as a little background, when you're doing that. And I thought, the NASCAR, it was running, it went. By the way, I learned something this week with NASCAR. If you tune in for the last 2 minutes of NASCAR, it's super exciting. But the preceding 2.5 hours is dreadfully boring. But 2 minutes of it is like the most exciting thing you can watch on TV. Just saying. It was an amazing finish. It was like photo finish, just neck and neck, just little bit by little bit. But leading up to that, I was like, wow. All right.
I caught the Sports Center highlight. I was good.
That was literally the entire race. That was literally
Yeah,
the
that was
entire
pretty
race.
awesome.
Well, let's get on to some fantastic Guild Wars 2. Did you realize that we are over 10 minutes into this? We haven't talked a little bit about Guild Wars 2. And I'm going to be honest with you, there's not a whole lot of news running around Guild Wars 2. So that we don't have that's why we have to do filler. We do filler and fluff when there's less going on. So just, get used to it. Enjoy it.
Hey,
just kick back and enjoy
don't
yourself.
devalue it, Boom. We keep our Guild Wars 2 buddies
your mic is
entertained.
doing that thing, Militus.
Your mic is doing weird things, Milla Milla.
Your mic is doing that. Your mic is doing that thing that happens, and we go, as he knows, we go completely live. That's the way we.
That's okay.
Is it back?
It's back, but it
fuzzy.
It wants to flutter, but it's not fluttering. Damn it! In the meantime, everybody, just enjoy a little auto racing.
I had to duck. Militus was boxing me.
All right. Are you back?
Am I back?
Okay, you
Yay,
are way
you're
back.
nice.
Okay, that was much better.
Shit.
That's okay.
Can't touch the computer.
That's okay. We had NASCAR. NASCAR saved us. So thank you, NASCAR. You have saved humanity once again. All right, here we go. So let's go ahead and get into our moments of Zen, where we talk about all the cool things that we did in Guild Wars this week. And we're going to start off with Militus because Tess, you just
Had
opted to not
16-hour work days for the past week. And I logged in long enough to write down our new guild members for this week. That's all I got to
That's
do.
good though. That's good. You didn't even log in for your moment of Zen could have been like, I got the chest
Daily
each
login
day.
reward.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not even joking. My last week has been go to school at 7, get home at 11, eat dinner, and pass out, and do it all over again. And that was including Saturday and Sunday.
Now, when does your play finally come out? When is this
Tomorrow.
released? Tomorrow is the day.
Tomorrow's opening night.
Okay, so it's gonna be you're coming to the end. It's
Yes,
gonna be
yes.
over soon. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good.
Starting
to know
next
because-
week, next week is going to be I'm getting back into my daily life. So I still might just be sleeping a lot, but then after that, I should be good.
Don't you have one more of these in like April?
No, I have concerts too. I have concerts at the end
okay.
of March, and I have concerts in May. But yeah,
Tess,
I knew that you had some more big things coming
Yeah.
up. Okay.
this is the big one though.
Oh, I
This
got you.
is the thing. This is for all the. This is the Catalina wine mixer.
It is.
This is
No, never mind. Scratch that. I'll leave
No,
it.
I know. That's what I wanted to say too. Okay, go ahead, Militus. Let us know, what is your moment of Zen.
My moment of Zen was really simple, but it was also elegant and fun and exciting.
Yeah.
So last night, I was abandoned by my co-host. They totally told me take a flying leap at a donut down a gravel driveway, and
I sent you a picture.
You did.
I sent
No,
you a
you did.
picture.
You guys were very busy, and Boom was very busy working.
Hey, I was working it. When you're hobnobbing with high society, it's a lot of work. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you were sniffing James Harden shorts.
Literally,
You
I
were
could
so
have done
close
that
to-
actually twice. And by the way, that guy got all the calls last night. So I'm just saying he was.
Yeah,
it
he
was-
always does.
It was
He's
not
a
cool. Yeah,
He's a superstar.
he is.
So I logged into Guild Wars 2 and I'm like, hey guys, what's going on? And in Guild Chat. And I said, hey, come to the Guild Hall and let's hang out. And so we all met at the Guild Hall. Well, not all of us, but a bunch of us met at the Guild Hall. And I got introduced to a couple of new guildies, which we're going to give shout outs to later. One was in chat earlier. Mumbles was in chat with us. And we just kind of hung out and showed off clothing and skins, which I want to package what particular skin I showed off.
Right.
And at the end of that, after
Wait, you showed off your package?
And skin. Don't
Yes.
forget that.
Yep.
Both of them. He
Skin
showed them
and
both
package.
off. All
I
right.
went
Great. As long as
full
we're
on,
clear.
full Monty, aka Lord Farron.
He went Lord Farron on it.
We hung out and in the guild hall and had fun chatting. We were chatting about lots of different stuff, just goofing off, having fun, dancing, showing off weapons, things like that. Then we went and did the World Boss Train, and we did that until we all were ready to pass out. So it was just fun running with new guildies, and some of the guildies I would say too were lower level. So they were like in their 40s and 50s. So it was fun to kind of run with them.
That is good. That is good.
Yeah, that's my moment of zen. Just kind of
that's
hanging
great.
out with guildies.
Well,
That's awesome.
That's kind of like what the MMO scene is kind of about, right? It's about building those relationships, going and heading out, playing some games with them, but not really having to, no pressure.
Progress,
just kinda
no
having
vertical
fun.
progression necessarily.
Yeah, just kind of being like, I'm doing this thing. And Guild Wars does that as good as anything. I mean, you get in there, you can go play with them. They can play with you. There's no, and you guys are accomplishing something, but it doesn't necessarily, take away from your experience, Militus, being at the cap level and doing everything to go help that level 50 person navigate
Sure.
the world. It doesn't really take
Hey
away
man,
from
we
your
did.
game.
Hey, this level 50 person, guess which one of the world bosses he happened to stumble on?
Which one's
The
that?
Shatterer.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
ow.
That was one of the world
Yeah,
bosses
that's-
we did.
That's still fun though.
Oh, it was
That's
fun.
still
It was
fun.
a lot of fun, but it was a lot of
Especially if
dying.
you fly,
Yeah, it was a lot of
you will
yeah.
die a lot in that one. But at least you
I-
spawn right back and you can
Let me
run back.
piggyback on something you said because I was thinking about this
Yeah.
last night after we finished and I was laying in bed about to fall asleep and I thought, man, I have really missed this in MMOs. When I very first started playing, and the first MMO I really played was World of Warcraft. Okay, back in the day, and I played at the very end of vanilla, going into Burning Crusades. And when I first would play Warcraft, I would just literally, I would log in Ashenvale, because I played a Night Elf, and I would just walk around Ashenvale and look. Like, I would just walk around and look, and people would come by and I'd heal them, and I would wave, and I would dance, and I would type, "Hi, I'm Tom." my character name was Thomas Aquinas, because I was a priest. And I would just RP, sort of. I cared nothing about gear. I was wearing a sword as a hunter. Oh, sorry. My first character was a hunter. My second was a priest. For a lot of the time, I ran around Azeroth with a sword as my hunter. Shows you how well prepared I was. But I just had so much fun. I just get Raptor Strike all the time, which is coming back, Tess.
I don't care.
I'm just saying. Anyways, but I miss just kind of like the social part of the game.
Right.
I wouldn't worry about gearing or Cinegear or legendaries or any of that stuff. I just kind of bumped around into people and had fun. And that's what it kind of reminded me of a little bit last night. Like sitting there I got no loot out of going to the guild hall. I just got social.
It's becoming very
rewards.
goal oriented, isn't it? Like the entire gaming world. It's becoming very competitive and very like, everything has to be a competition
And-
or we have to do this or that. Yeah.
Hey, listen, and the game we love so much, the three of us, pretty much shoves that down our throat all the time.
Yeah,
And
we're gonna
what I
talk
mean by
about
that is
we're going to definitely talk about that
raids
today.
and PvP.
Yeah.
I'm talking structured in the Pro League.
Right.
Those
We're
are
gonna-
about as competitive things as you can do. So, anyways,
Yeah, we need to
I
talk
love
about
to kind
that
of
because I
not
think that's
being
good.
competitive, not vertical progressing, just kind of hanging out with people and not RPing, but milla quasi
Right.
role play.
It's
fun.
actually me. Yeah. No, I totally agree with you. Well, that,
That was a
an
good
awesome.
bleh.
That was an awesome moment of zen. As for me, my moment of zen this week was for sure. I don't know why I was in a very PvP mode. It must have been because I did play some Overwatch. Sorry, everybody. PvP is back. So on Tuesday with the patch, you can go back and do ranked PvP again, which is cool because I was telling you I have a hard time. So now that they brought ranked into it, it got more competitive, right? So when you bring ranked into something, it's no longer casual, it's competitive. And so when they did the seasons and they got everybody hyper competitive and everybody's running these PvP matches for, status, and they're moving up the ladders and everything, then all of a sudden they finish the season and they throw everybody back in that casual pool. It was more competitive in that casual pool, and I didn't enjoy it as much. Yeah, and so I was clamoring. I was like, you got to start the second season up because I need to get these hyper-competitive people out of my casual PvP. Yeah. Right? I want them to go do the thing they do, and I want to get back into this other thing. So they did that. So I'm expecting it to be a lot of fun. I went around. I ran the boss train as I always because I just enjoy doing it. And then I was out of town. Remember, and I had to catch up on work, so I had a lot going on. So it was, some of my moment of zen was I did just log in and get all of my stuff done. So that was just a big part of it was getting that going on. So yeah, so that was my moment of zen this week. It wasn't that exciting. It wasn't that exciting.
It was your.
Well, anyway, let's go ahead and move in to that wonderful time of the show. That scary, scary time when we all realize we are a noob in the wonderful world of Guild Wars 2. That's right. It's time for our moments of noobness. Militus, did you have any moments of noobness this week?
This week I struggled to think about anything that really caught my moment of noobness until I read yours. So I would want you to share yours first, please. Right. And then I'd like to piggyback on what you talk about. Because I think you bring up some really good points.
Yeah, so
and I want to talk about this too, because I'm wondering if you're... Continue.
Yeah, no.
I might have some advice for you. Go ahead.
Well, and that's why it's in the moment of noobness. So I put this in the moment of noob because I'm sure somebody's going to save me and help me. But as I was playing this last 2 weeks, even 3 weeks, I was becoming increasingly frustrated. And as you guys know, I had my warrior main and I leveled him up and I did everything. And then I have this new Necro that I like to play. And all I can say is fracking mastery points.
Okay, continue.
Seriously, fracking mastery points. So you know how on the mastery thing, when you go in there and you've got your different mastery things that you can train up, and it takes all that XP to get that, and then you can use your mastery points to unlock it. You know how kind of that system works. I have 3 separate things all the way XP leveled up.
Now on which
side?
Buy them. On which side?
Corteria.
On your
Corteria?
Okay.
Corteria.
Yes. Corteria side, there are a frustrating lack of mastery points available to you. And but if have you finished all of your Living World Season 2?
No.
Each chapter gives you one.
So these are the things. I was looking at different ways to get it, and I was reading about it, and I was looking at all this stuff. And I'm just like, I don't know. I was like, this is kind of, I feel like it should just be account bound or something. Like, I don't know. It just feels like
it is account bound.
But I already ran this all with I ran everything with my warrior already. And I don't have enough mastery points to unlock all this stuff.
Well, it's not like, go ahead, Ted.
No, you go ahead, Milla.
I was going to say, it's not like, I think there's a natural imbalance just from my perspective, because in Maguma, there are actual mastery points you get in the world.
That you can find.
And
I am flush with mastery points.
I am too. I have more mastery points and not enough experience.
You don't have enough
experience. In
Maguma.
And I have the inverse of that problem in Corteria. I have tons of experience and none of mastery points.
Yeah, I'm totally
so
right there.
I think there's just a natural imbalance there. I'd love to see them do something like tie. How about this? You get a mastery point if you down the Shatterer 10 times. You get a mastery point if you, I don't know, if you explore a zone completely or
and
3
Militus,
zones.
I'm
whatever.
totally with you. Like, I'm totally cool with the mastery points. And the mastery points right now, listeners, if you're not aware, you get mastery points for your main story, and you get mastery points for your Living World Season 2 as well. Okay.
And I think they were retroactively
And they
awarded.
were
Yeah.
retroactively rewarded. But
Because I had a bunch when I started, and I did Season 2.
and I've only done one chapter of Season 2. But so I'm looking forward to another 7 mastery points just by finishing Season 2.
I need like 20 now though.
I know. And a lot of them are achievement based. You can get a whole bunch of them through achievements.
And that's the thing. I freaking hate achievements. I'm like the only person on the world, but I do not.
Really?
I am not an achievement chaser. I have no problem, like, if I'm doing something and it pops up and it goes, hey, you got this achievement. I'm like, oh, cool. And I feel good about it. And it gives me that little boost. But I will not go look at an achievement log and say, okay, which 10 things do I need to do this? Because some of the achievements I saw, it was like kill all 3 worms, or you get one for each worm, or some dumb thing like that. And
but I'm with you, Boom. The achievements that they've chosen, the achievements that they've chosen to tie mastery points to in Corteria, I think personally are too difficult. I would be totally cool with them being achievement based if they just allow some others. And Mad Minstrel mentioned this in chat, and this is true. Each chapter has a meta achievement where you can go back and get some other achievements. So if I replay, for example, parts of chapter 2 or whatever, I can get, for example, I even noticed it in the first one. I was running around. There were these little drone type things that were kind of hidden, and I found 2 of them. I was like, oh, I'm going to kill these guys. Well, there were 3, and if I had found 3, I would have gotten an achievement off of that.
Right. But I liked the old thing where I just filled up my XP bar and then I got something. I just want to fill up my XP bar and get a mastery point.
But you weren't just doing that. You were also going to those really hard to get to spots in Maguma.
I mean, yes.
No, in Maguma I am, but I'm talking like I'm talking about prior to the expansion. You just fill up your bar and get a mastery point. Fill up your bar and get a mastery point. Wasn't it mastery point? Or what?
We didn't have masteries.
What was it before that though? You'd fill up your bar and you'd get something. Was it just XP? I can't remember. But like
they had turned it off. They had turned it off by the time I got to 80.
I gotcha.
They suspended that, so I never actually got to see.
This is my point, though. What if I just filled up my experience bar, and when I fill up my experience bar, right, I get a mastery point? And my reason for this, and the reason that maybe other MMOs aren't broken in this regard, is that gives me 1,000 different ways to earn it, because I can go do the boss train and earn my masteries. I can go kill something or go run events, or I can, farm.
And then if they want to time gate it more,
I can do any of that stuff.
If they want to time gate it more, they can just make the experience bigger.
Skill point and spirit shard is what it used to be.
Oh, that's right.
Thank you. Yeah. So the chat room always has my back because I know nothing of what's going on. So anyway, this is the thing that, I don't know, it's frustrating. I feel like if I'm frustrated with it, there's got to be a whole bunch of other players frustrated with it. And the expansion's been out for a while, so the new is worn off, the shiny is worn off. And with me, like I'm always the raving fan of everything when it's shiny. And then as the shine wears off, I start to go, well, that kind of sucks. I don't want to really do that. And Corteria, by the way, is my favorite place. So this is the other part of this. So I asked around. And I went to some chats and I put it out there into the universe and I said, how much time do you think in your gameplay right now are you spending in HOTS? And over 75% of the people answered they have not been in HOTS for the last month.
Wow.
And I haven't been in HOTS for the last month either.
I
know a lot of the people that play this game, and I play it all the time, but I know a lot of the people that are experienced and been playing since Guild Wars 1 and everything. They go into HOTS and they do all this stuff. But HOTS is just pure group content. I just don't do it. So I go running around the Corteria, and now I'm at the point where I'm in Corteria and I can no longer progress. So I'm like, I don't want to go to HOTS because I can't play it, and then I don't want to go to Corteria now because I'm completely.
You have no
capped.
more hearts.
I have no more nothing I can do.
And
yeah.
and I'd like to rewind. I'd like to rewind us to like episode 3 or whatever,
Right.
when we were talking about HOTS and we were talking about, and I said that I was really concerned about the future of HOTS when it wasn't shiny anymore and it was difficult to find groups to run the meta for zones, which is where I'm at. And I have the reason I've jumped into HOTS probably daily for the past, not including the past 2 weeks because I haven't been able to really play. But every single time I jump in, it's only for like 5 to 10 minutes because I can't get into as well. I can't get into anybody that's doing the meta. Which honestly, it's not fun if
because it's on a timer, so you have to like time it right. And
Yeah.
so now it's like not only is it a job to run through it, but now all of a sudden I have to make sure that it
Here's
fits
what
my
I don't
schedule.
get to add to that. Okay, so do you guys use Delphi's World Boss timer?
Yeah. Mhm.
I use it a lot. Do you know that they have a HOTS timer on their site?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when I go World Boss hopping, there are tons and tons and tons of people, okay? If I look at the timer, and I've done this, that's why I haven't been back to HOTS in a long time. I look at the timer on Delphi, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to this part of HOTS. I get the timer, I go over there, there's nobody there.
Yeah,
And I get my ass stomped.
It's because it's because the instance map thing, people taxi over to one instance to do that one because there's just not enough population. They either need to I don't know how to fix that. And it's very disappointing because I'm a completionist. So the whole reason I kind of took a back seat on HOTS is because I hadn't finished Living World season 2 yet. And I really wanted to do the story in order. And then I just kind of ran out of time to play. I didn't have all the time I wanted to play. So that's my issue, is that now I'm really concerned once I finish Living World and I want to jump over to and run the HOTS story. I'm not going to be able to get to Area X because I'm going to be all by myself in an uncompleted meta, and I'm not going to be able to get down into the area I need to get down to, and blah, 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 blah. So I'm a little concerned about some of that. And I think it's telling that it's episode 16?
Yeah.
And for the first time, we're kind of in a situation where we're going, hey, we don't know what to do now.
Yeah.
Like,
and now don't get me wrong, there's things to do. Like I feel
and we
like,
love it.
Okay,
but
I can go and I can level up another guy and I can do different things and I've got things I can do, and obviously I can go and finish every single fracking achievement. Right? But I just don't like being pigeonholed. The achievement thing just blows my mind. But anyway, and I put in the show notes this. I said, keep in mind, I love the game. I love this game so much. I spend hours each week and lots of money producing the show, making sure it all happens, and talking about the game. So I really do love it. But when I have a frustration, I will air it. And this is my frustration. And it's just weird because it's not, I guess it's not intuitive or something. Or there's just I'm just completely stuck. And so I log in, to be honest, and I play PvP because I'm like, I can go in there and I can hop in there and it's all fair and it's equal and I can do it and I make my progress or whatever I do. And then I can go and I can explore zones and I can open them up. Those are the two things I'm stuck with. And I
think
feel like I have
Militus
this
made a really
$50 expansion sitting there, and it's like it's sitting on the shelf, and I'm not gonna ever get to go play it.
Well, I think that Militus actually brought up a great idea when he was talking about fractals the other day. He asked about the looking for group tool, right. and they already and Boomy made a great point. You said, you know what? They already have this system in place for PvP. They already have you set everything up. and it just lumps you in, and why can't they do that for some of this meta stuff?
Well, you can. It works for the meta stuff. You can use the group tool for that.
But
not like
auto.
Not like
but
PvP
No,
is
it's
my
not.
point.
No,
Where
not
you
like
would
PvP.
just you would click it, you
And it
would
would
say,
drop
all
you
right, I
into
want to
the
go
zone.
do
No,
this.
it
It just
doesn't.
and it would drop you in. You've already got it set up. Why can't you
That
just
would be a
move it
decent
over
idea.
a little
but,
bit?
But then I'm just running. Dare I call it? If you think about the design of HOTS, especially in the last zone, right, where you're going to kill the dragon. If you think about that zone specifically, isn't that just looking for raid? Because it's essentially dropping a zillion people into this thing, and you go through and you kill the mini bosses, and then you get to the very, very big boss at the end, and you kill it. It's just a big raid instance, and I'm traveling through it, and I'm looking for it. It just happens to be on a timer, and it happens to be drop-in. But at the end of the day, it's LFR from WoW. That's what it is. Maybe
what you said earlier, I think is the part that rubs me the worst. It's like, because you mentioned, and again, I have no money supporting a game. I really don't. I have thrown more, man, I tell you, if my wife ever did the math, that was serious shit. Because I throw more money at video games, than I should have. And so I don't mind doing that. But there's something about me shelling out that cash for HOTS, and I can't do it, that bothers me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I spent the money, and I got the glide, and when I ran with you guys, it was fun. But when I try to go by myself, man,
yeah, the only saving grace is the guild, right?
It's just
the only saving grace is the guild.
Yes.
Because our guild, we get together with them, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll run you through it," and we all go in there as a big old tribe, and we do it. But
even with the guild, even if we were to get 10 people together, we couldn't run meta.
No, probably not.
It'd take more than that.
Yeah.
It takes like 50 people, and we have 52 now in our guild.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Can't run, yeah, right. But there are still tons of people playing it, and I go into those zones and I see people, and there's only been a couple times where I felt like the zones in HOTS were empty, but I just get my butt handed to me, and that's it. So I'm over there playing the other thing, and so I'm begging and I'm pleading these fracking mastery points. Something's got to give, man.
Well, maybe that's what we need to do as a guild. Maybe as a guild, we need to run back through.
But this is what you're asking the guild to do. You're asking the guild to go just achievement chasing.
Yeah.
That's not fun. Knock this off.
For some people, it might be.
I guess it is maybe for some people. Maybe for some people. I'd have more fun just being like, let's just go screw around. All these people have all these achievements already, so they'd just be helping me. It's different than us going together and running the other thing. It's like, we already have our mastery points. Okay, we can't help each other. You're on your own to go get that mastery point. And by the way, there's a 12-step achievement process to get that mastery point. Just go do that real quick. And it's just like, I don't know. I get it. They don't want to make it easy. They don't want to just make it too casual. I understand to a degree, and I'm at the higher end of it all. So it's just that. But I always hate it when I run into those roadblocks, and I never felt like I'd ever run into the roadblocks prior to HOTS. I just didn't have any roadblocks. I played the entire game. I did everything that there was to do, and I was having
everything
fun.
Was achievable. Even something like a legendary, we were like, dear God,
yeah.
But in the back of your mind, you're like, hey, it could drop.
Yeah, it could happen.
It could drop. I could get enough gold to buy it.
Right.
But I can't tell myself that. Yeah. If I say to myself,
Uh-oh.
We completely lost him now.
I think we lost Milla.
Well, we'll get him back. We'll get him back in just a minute. I did want to do this since we're waiting for Militus to join us again. I wanted to do, and I'm going to mix up my segments here just real quick. Hold on here. Sorry, we're having to wrap it up. This has been a comedy of errors this week. And we're all tired and groggy and all of that stuff. I just wanted to throw a community shout out.
And I think we're a little cranky.
I'm a little cranky. I got other reasons for it too, but I wanted to throw a couple community shout outs, by the way. So one of the things that I was listening to this week that I thought was so great was the Relics of War podcast. And when I was listening to Relics of War, they were covering the final zone for HOTS. And they were talking about like the 3 different lanes and all the different things you do and everything. And it was very good. I really enjoyed going through that. It was super cool. So Relics of War, I just wanted to give a shout out. If you're not subscribed and listening to them, please do it. They're a super great show. And the other thing I listened to this week that they were back in action was Guild Wars Reporter. Always love that show. They do just such a fantastic job. Really, really good show. So go check out the Guild Wars Reporter. If you like podcasts that are just about all the different types of games out there, there's this other podcast that came out this week, which was Leet Nation, the Leet Nation podcast. And it was really funny. Did you listen to it this week, Tess?
No, I didn't get a chance to yet.
Dope on there. He is, besides being hilarious and a really funny guy, he had a couple cool observations about kind of the whole thing of just growing up and outgrowing MMOs. And I don't know if it ties into what we're kind of talking about tonight, but he was just kind of talking about how he feels a little bit like, you know, maybe from time to time he's kind of outgrown.
Greetings.
Oh, there we go. We got Miller back.
Greetings.
Anyway, he was talking about how he felt maybe, you know, you kind of outgrow MMOs. You kind of change. MMOs have kind of grown up a little bit. And so those are 3 great podcasts to check out this week, and I think you will enjoy them all. All right. Well, we got Militus back. And when you get Militus back, it can only mean one thing.
Yeah! Yeah, baby.
That's right.
Miller.
Let's do this.
It is time for everybody's favorite segment, the most upbeat and positive thing because we're spending money and having fun. That's right. It's time for the Militus Broadcast segment. Militus, take it away.
Now,
all right, guys.
I do have to say, Milla, have to say, thanks to your broadcast segment last week, I am now the very proud owner.
Nice.
Of some golden wings.
Oh, I can't wait to see them on you.
They're so awesome. Well, and then Grey Rook, it was so funny. Grey Rook came and stood outside the auction house with me as I had to match my outfit perfectly to the wings. And he's like, that gold color is a little orange. And so then I'd run back into the auction house and then I'd run back out and be like, how about this one? And he'd go, it was literally like, if you're married men, you'll understand what this is like. It's like when your wife stands on one foot and she's like, these shoes, and then she switches, or these shoes, or these shoes. And you're like, they look exactly the same. But Grey Rook was very kind. He was like, that one.
I can't wait to see your tune with those wings. It's going to be glorious, especially on a Guardian. I know we said that last week, but on a Guardian, those are like the perfect wings for a Guardian.
It is.
So thank you, Milla.
Yeah. And Guild Wars, you can send the check to Milla. Send me a little commission check.
Send it on down.
Appreciate that.
There you go.
So I have 2 items. The most epic I'm saving for item 2.
All right.
But the first one, I log into the guild last night, and they're like, of course, people listen to the podcast. They're like, Militus, have you seen what's in the gem store? I'm like, I just logged on. They're like, dude, the electromagnetic glider skin has got to be on the broadcast segment. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go check it out.
It is.
Cool. Have you seen these things in the show notes, guys?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I want it.
I'm a little jealous now because of my wings.
Yeah.
Because that electro thing looks really darn cool.
Man, ArenaNet, they're brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant for introducing gliding because I never thought about it. Not only does it not break the game, it makes their wallet fat.
It does, because I'll buy every skin.
Every time they come out, man, I want to go buy them.
Yeah, it's another $5 for me, just like that. I have to have it.
Look at the lightning, purplish electricity shooting out of the side of those things. That's amazing.
So cool.
And it's only 400 gems. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. And the cool thing is since I'm going to have to level up a new tune because I can't make my other tune any taller, I'm just gonna start up a brand new one, and I'm gonna get these, and I'll be gliding around Corteria.
You should make
in
you
these.
should make an Asura. You should make an Asura engineer with that electromagnetic
Nice.
glider
I
skin.
have an Asura engineer at level.
Oh, do
I have-
you?
I now
There
have
you
four.
go.
I now have 4 level 80s, and not enough
I'm
mastery
working
points.
on my 4th. I'm working on my 4th.
That's what I'm saying. No,
it could also
one
be
of the coolest
an
things ever, though.
elementalist.
It
Don't
could-
discount an
Oh,
elementalist.
maybe my
Or a mesmer.
elementalist.
That's
That's
a
what I'm
mesmer
working
skin,
on right
just
now.
waiting, all that. Now, is this dyeable? Did you know? Is it?
Oh,
because I wonder
I
if
don't
these
know.
sparks that come off of it, because they're showing them in gold and purple, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if the spark colors can change.
Well,
'Cause that
in the
would be
glider, there is a
slick.
one color. I wonder
Yeah.
if it's the purple.
That could
That's
be,
what I would guess.
That would
I would
be
guess the
super
purple.
cool. Like, I am gonna have to get this.
You would
This is
make it
so
like
cool.
green for your necro, man.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
If you did it, if you chose to use
I
it
got
for
my
your necro.
bat wings on my necro, and it's kind of cool.
Oh, true.
I do
That's true.
like it. This is something for maybe one of my other characters, I think. But I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I gotta get it. Okay, what's your second?
And the price point is I'm
It's
gonna go
good.
with
400.
Second.
Yeah, I'll
I mean,
get it.
and they
I'll
do
get
that
it.
with all of them, Tess.
But the
That's-
mine that I got, maybe it's because it was a backpack.
Yeah, you got the
plus.
whole piece. It's
It
the
was the
backpack section.
700.
Yeah, there's 700.
But
Mm.
oh man, that's where my tithe went this month. I am on a strict Milla. I am on a very strict budget because I know if the one month that I go, oh, I'll just spend a few extra gems, I'll buy a few more, then it's just downhill from there. So I am on a very strict 800 gems a month budget.
You almost have to, because otherwise you
I
just
have
keep
to. I
going.
have to
Yeah.
because I have an addictive personality. So yeah, no.
Yeah,
Smart.
especially, you know
That's
what? You know what does it for me is the guild hall, because I'm like, oh, I want that thing, and I'm like, oh, okay, I just need like 400 gold to make that happen, and then so then you go buy it, and then yeah. Go ahead. All right, what's your next thing? What's
Okay,
the thing
so
you're so
for the
excited
most
about?
epic,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
the most epic item ever on the Militus Broadcast segment is about to appear.
All right.
There is an effing. I'm not going to say what I put in the show notes because I don't want to offend people.
He said GD.
Because I was so happy about this. There's an effing samurai sword in the game, people. You can
That looks
buy
cool.
a skin
That
to
looks
have a
nice.
samurai sword.
That looks nice. What do you think that would go best with? Like what tune?
Oh, I think it
What are we
would go
talking
great
about?
with a Savari wearing maybe a monk outfit.
Oh yeah. Is
What
that
do you think?
Like
is that what
so,
you're
like
working on?
maybe someone that was like maybe with a log dong. That would go well.
The sword
go-
is so long.
It does go with
Tess.
a log dong.
Oh God, it's so. That was the first comment. Oh, hold on. Before I say that, so I log in the game. They're like, you gotta go see this glider. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm all excited.
Yeah.
I go out to look at the glider. I'm like, what freaking glider? Who cares, dude? There's a samurai sword right in front of me, and I see it, and I said, look at the samurai sword. And one of the new guild members was like, are you gonna buy it? And I'm like, I already have.
I've
Like,
already
within
got
the
it.
time that I said it, I'd already bought it. And I said, come to the guild hall now. So people all came to the guild hall and they all
Yes.
crowded around me
Yes.
like, I unsheathed my samurai sword and I was swinging it around. I was doing all these moves and shit out in the middle of the guild hall. People were like, it's so long, Militus. I'm like, I know. It's long.
And that's what matters,
So
right?
Milla, the
They were
picture
like,
that's
sheath it,
there.
man. I would stick it back and he pulls it out like this kind of guy. So he goes like this. He looks at it like this and he's like,
Nice.
puts it right back in the sheath.
That's what the animation is on.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
That's pretty
That's
sweet.
cool.
You have to see it, Tess. It is so awesome.
The
That was
picture you
awesome.
have, is that you?
That's me.
Where are you? That's a beautiful picture.
That is over near. That's in Ascalon. Over near the Ascalonian
ocean
wall.
behind you in the sunset.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
You
I was
totally went
I
for
was
it.
trying to get my
You're just
samurai
missing.
warrior motif going there.
You're just missing Speedo Farron following you around.
I should have
And,
put him right in
yeah,
front.
If you just would have had him there, it just makes the whole. It balances out the image really.
Have you guys had your minis totally photobomb your screen caps?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I
They
have
just
that happen all
yeah.
the time.
Lord
As
Farron's
a
bull
ranger, my
jumps right
pet
out front
always
for me.
photobombs my my screenshots. Yeah, definitely. But man, I am so happy I got that thing, and it's only there for 7 days. So like, listen, if you guys are listening to this today,
Oh, it's
you
only
have
there for
like
7
5
days.
days left.
Dang it! So that's a
4 or 5.
1,000 gems I gotta spend now, just like that.
Oh,
Pop.
between those two,
'Cause
yeah.
I want them both, just like that.
And it's called Belinda's Greatsword. I need to do some research into why it's called Belinda's Greatsword. But man, it's something straight out of a samurai movie. So
I do like
awesome.
that. I do like it. I think it's pretty awesome. Well, let's go ahead and move on into Let's move into the Guild Wars 2 news. There is not a lot of news. You can tell that the entire world went and did this PvP match that happened on the 20th, on February 20th. We crowned the Dragons as the champions of all PvP. I did get a chance to go back and watch some of the PvP matches. Now remember back when they said they were talking about building this up and this esports thing is so important to Guild Wars and all of that stuff. And the point that they were making was it's important to Guild Wars for marketing purposes. So because esports is so popular, it puts your game out there in front of a lot of viewers, and those viewers tend to play the game, and they're maybe not necessarily playing it for PvP purposes, but they're playing the game for that. So it was a marketing initiative. They did a great job with the coverage. First of all, I just want to say it was live. They had all the people set up at the computers, beautiful lights, sound quality. The announcers were really with it. Like they were really doing a good job. They worked it. But hey, Tess, you've done theater, you've done lots of shows, you've done lots of things. It's really hard to build a lot of energy when you don't have a crowd,
or when your crowd is dead. The two things, yeah.
Right.
When you're playing to a quarter audience, yeah, that sucks.
It's hard, right? Isn't it? Because it's hard. You just don't get the same vibe and the same everything. And so first, it was just curious because I never saw the camera show the crowd at the actual live event.
Where did they hold it? Do you know?
It was in London somewhere.
I see.
I never, and there's, I guess a lot of Europeans are into it. So they're just, they never showed it. And I don't know, maybe the crowd was huge. It definitely didn't give me a Madison Square Garden feeling.
I think the crowd, I mean, let's be honest. If the crowd was huge, they would have shown it.
I feel as if that's the case. I'm giving him every benefit of the doubt. I'm not trying to troll or be mean. I wanted this to go really, really well for him. I don't think they had the big draw to the game to kind of come and watch it live. And that excitement level really would help them kind of promote that it's an exciting thing. But really exciting things were happening. The announcers are getting into it and really getting into it. And you hear like, woo! Woo!
You hear like if Militz is on the stage telling a joke. What great.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to be mean. Like,
No, I mean,
I'm not trying to
you
dig
love
on
the
it.
game.
Exactly. I love the game to death. And I wanted this to be, I wanted them to top all the meters and be the top dog. And I get it. It takes time, right? This isn't, Rome's not built in a day. It takes time to kind of do it. End of the day, though, all the comments and I did a little research and I asked around, all the feedback that I got was it's hard to watch. And it really is, because they keep clicking through the different characters. And you know how fast, like, games like this, it's just spinning and spinning. And not very many people really enjoy watching something that's spinning like that, The thing about League of Legends, as I've said time and time again, that fixed camera, it just moves fluid and it's smooth and you can kind of tell what's going on. And as you start to learn it, you start to go, oh, okay, I get it. The same problem hockey has versus football. Football is just better for TV and hockey's a little harder to follow. It's the same thing that's going on here. It's not that they have a bad product. It's the best MMO PvP there is in the business, hands down. It's just really, really hard. And I don't know how they're going to make that connection. But the other problem that I noticed this time was there's fights going on in different areas. And so you can't the League of Legends
The
fights
camera
tend
view is
to
really close on one
gravitate
fight,
towards
but
one.
the other fight's way back in the
and
distance.
who knows? There's exciting things going on in both. And League of Legends kind of it tends to gravitate towards one. They have the fights. When the fights happen, both teams tend to gravitate towards one another, and it's like a big brawl. It turns into this like rumble in the middle of the thing. It's just game design. It's just how it happened. And in this one, I think they're going to have multiple cameras. So they're going to have the 3 fights at some point. They're going to have
It
to
would
show
be
all 3
cool if
fights.
they could do something where they could, if they could do almost like a Google Maps thing, where they can show one fight is over here, and then they could do zoom out and then zoom in.
Right.
Maybe you could click and choose where you want to look.
Or
like
give it to
multiple
the user.
cameras.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just click on the
just
camera you
interesting.
want to follow at that time.
Now, this is something that a guy at work, I was talking with him, and he thought of this, and I thought, this is kind of crazy. We're talking about all this virtual reality now. And we always think of virtual reality as, ooh, I get to go play the game. What if virtual reality was used so that I could watch the game? So I put the VR goggles on, and now I'm in the stands of the match. But I can look around 360, and the camera doesn't have to move at all. I'm just sitting in the grandstands, watching them walk into the point they're trying to control, watching them fight, watching them do battle. But I'm in charge of the camera because I'm just
right. You are the
looking around.
camera.
I am
at
the
that point.
camera, and I was like, man, somebody has got to get on that, because could you imagine like watching a League of Legends thing, but you're sitting right here and you're watching these spells fly and you're watching everything go, or Guild Wars 2 and I'm sitting and I'm actually in the match watching it. I don't need to play it, but now I'm seeing it. I think that has got a big future. So I'm hoping something.
And someone comes
like
running towards you, and you're watching it from
and you're
this
just like,
angle, and someone comes
"What?"
running
Yeah,
towards
and
you,
you're
and
just-
there's like a spell goes over the top of your head, and you go,
you're just
"Whoa!"
like,
and there's
"This is
oh,
really
there's
cool."
the other guys
Exactly.
coming.
So I'm hoping some things like that. I best I could tell, they had 3,000 to 10,000 viewers. There's been zero talk in any thread that I could find about it. They kind of just
When was
were
it?
like, ooh, they won. It was on the
February
20th. of
20th?
February.
Oh.
Yeah. But there just hasn't been any like talk about it, and so I feel like they're kind of sad and down. So I don't want them to feel sad and down. Cheer up. It'll get better.
Well,
but,
I mean,
yeah, it's just what it is.
Let's be real for a second, and just be candid and honest. Listen, ArenaNet. Listen, Mill. I got some words of wisdom for you. MMOs just don't play well in esports. They just don't. And it's like trying to stick a square peg in a round hole. It just doesn't work real well. I know you want it for marketing, for your game, but here's the great news. You have a fantastic game. Market it to MMO players, and we'll sell your product. Hell, I sell your products every podcast. So we will sell your products for you. There you go. Play the music, damn it. Because you have a great game. Just market it to the population of people that you originally designed the game for. That's who's going to make the most money, not getting on ESPN. It's just not going to happen. I love you. It's not you. It's me.
And ladies and gentlemen, Log Dong for president.
Log Dong for president. There you go. There you go.
president.
Yeah,
Advice
I mean,
on-
right. And I mean, I couldn't have said it any better for sure. That's how I feel. I feel bad. I feel like this whole episode 16 is like me dogging on the game, and that's not my intention.
No.
At
We're
all.
not- I mean, we're
It's
just
not my
being honest.
intention, but we're being honest, and that's, we have the forum to just kind of do that. And we want everybody to play the game, but we want them to play the game, Guild Wars. And it's interesting. The PvP thing is I feel like you were kind of just saying, they put a lot of effort and money and time into this. They put a lot of prize money up. It costs money to rent hotels and put people in things and do all that stuff. And I just wonder if I couldn't have a zone with hearts for that money.
Exactly. Hey, okay.
Well, and it's also as an MMOer who loves this game. I love this game. I love it so much. So much that when my friends go, "Hey, did you hear about this new stuff in this other MMO?" I go, "Screw you. I don't
Yeah,
care
screw
about
you.
that
I'm
other
not playing any
MMO.
other
I don't want
MMO."
to play that other MMO. I want to play Guild Wars." But it's so frustrating sometimes.
Right.
When some people bring up, well, Guild Wars has these are some issues I'm having with Guild Wars, and I have to go, well, yeah.
Yeah. And nothing's perfect, right? There's not a
No,
perfect game out there.
No. And I still love Guild Wars. And
Right.
Guild Wars is still my favorite MMO. And I refuse to play other MMOs.
But it just causes us to have a little bit of gamer ADD because you get burned out. Like, I know that I could go craft a legendary or I could go craft my ascended gear. I know that I need to do all those things right now, but I'm a little burned out of it right now. I don't feel like crafting. And so you do. In an MMO, you have to take a break from some of those things and do other things, and you just do. And when I can't progress any longer, all of a sudden I start going, I wonder what WildStar's doing. And I start going, huh? And then I start playing it. And then I go, huh, I wonder what this is going on. And then pretty soon I'm like going and playing all these other things when all it is I can't get the stupid points. I can't be the only one, right? That's the way I feel anyway. And in the Pro League stuff, I've loved every change they've made to PvP so far. I think it's all tremendous. I think it's all great, but they were trying to build it for esports, and I think they should just build it for the players that they have. Just make it good for them.
One thing I will always commend ArenaNet about is they're a studio that embraces the idea of taking chances to make the game better. And man, I will never knock anyone for trying something new. Even if I don't like it, and I didn't like, I'll be honest with you, when they talked about the design philosophy of HOTS, I didn't necessarily like it then, but I thought, hey, I'm going to give them my money because they're ArenaNet and they're trying something new and I'm going to get behind it. And so I need ArenaNet, when you take creative leaps like that, sometimes you have to take a step back and say, we were wrong. Let's correct our course a little bit here. And I'm hoping that based on metrics and data of like what you talked about earlier, Boom, like them just running metrics and looking at, hey, Militus played a lot in October, a little bit in November.
Yeah, right.
None in December, none in January, none in February.
Yeah.
Yeah. His gem store purchases, well, damn it, that's a bad example.
His gem
store purchases have gone up.
They're as good as ever. Yeah. Turns out flying is great.
Most players, you would see them maybe dropping off. So I'm hoping they'll change course.
Yeah, I do too, and I hope that we do end up with some more. I don't know, and we're promised it kind of with these quarterly things. So we'll see how these quarterly.
Do you guys want to take an over under?
An over under on what?
On what?
Will ArenaNet make changes to HOTS?
Yes, they already said they're going to do some stuff, some minor stuff. I've already heard reports of the minor things they're going to do.
I don't think they will make the kind of changes I'm wanting.
Yeah.
And it's not. I'm not blaming. That's not their fault. I don't think that the expansion was designed that way, Tess. Like it's from the ground up. It's built a certain way, and so it's meant to work a certain way. So what I would rather see them do, honestly, is just in the next expansion, which they've already said they're working on, is to give us a little more of like what we had in Quarteria
in the base.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I'll forgive it. Not forgive. That's the wrong word. I will move past HOTS because it's not my thing, and I will gladly buy the next expansion if they can kind of show me that, hey, we're gonna give some love back to
what would that look like for you there, Milla? I know what it would look like for me, but what would it look like for you if the next expansion? What would it look like?
Well, I would love to see verticality stay in the game. I want to see the gliding and all that stay in the game. I want to see multiple tiers or levels like we have in Maguma, but I want to also see hearts, and not just hearts like we had them in Quarteria. I want to see repeatable hearts. So, for example, I want to see hearts throughout the zone, but not one and done. No, I want to see like the daily system where they say, hey, go do activities. I love to get a daily that said, hey, go do 3 hearts in this zone. Because the zone's automatically scaled to where you are. So, events, dynamic events, not the events and HOTS, not raid-like, like scaling events like we see.
Ginormous events.
Yeah. Make them fun and do all the great stuff you have shown us you can do,
Right.
but make them scaling so that if a group of 4 players shows up, they don't get their ass stomped in the ground.
Do you remember the event that led up to HOTS where we had to go fight the Mordrum and they were just popping up in different zones?
That's how you got your shoulders.
That's how I got my shoulders. You remember that event?
I do.
That was like, for me, that was one of the pinnacles of the game. I really thought it was going to be more of that for the expansion. So when that was happening, I was like, oh my gosh, this is cool. It just like every half an hour or something, this thing's popping up and I get to run over there and I get to go do that thing. And then I earn credit for it. And I was like, all right, this is awesome.
But here's
There's
my
none of
question, Boom. Here's my question. If that were a daily thing, how long until no one showed up?
Not I don't want that specific event to be a daily thing. I just want different things to pop up and happen. And
make it dynamic. I mean, they're really good at that,
right?
right, Tess? They're great at the
they are.
dynamic events. And like sometimes I love going to do the daily where it's like, hey, go do event completer in Metrica Province. I'm like, man, I haven't been to Metrica Province in
I'm like, right on,
4
let's
weeks
go.
or whatever.
Let's roll.
Let's do it.
Mhm.
Let's go down there and do it. I want to add one other thing, Tess, to what you asked me. Rating is not a bad idea.
No.
It's not. But keep it hard, but make it scale like the big elephant in the room, World of Warcraft.
Yeah, we have to
Make it scale from, let's say, 8 to 16 players, 8 to 20 players, something like that. Give us some flexibility so our guild can do stuff together and not just with a group of 10, period.
Right. The big elephant in the room, by the way, is the big elephant in the room. And the big elephant in the room is coming out in another 4 or 5 months.
If that.
And
I'm not going back.
I'm just to say the state of the
Never
current
say
state.
never.
Right. But I'm just gonna say, Tess, though, the winds of change are blowing, and just the state of the game right now, with the current me not being able to do things, that's gonna frustrate me. And who knows what's gonna happen? It's just I'm just tossing it out there. All of a sudden, I'm back into the behemoth again. Like, was I driven to it? I don't really know. Well, on that note, it is time.
I'm finding a new sound. We've gotten so many. We've gotten so many requests. I personally, every time I log in, I have another in-game email. I have another.
For what?
In-game
They don't like the
email.
monkey. They don't like the monkey sound.
They don't like the scream and they don't like the foghorn. I logged in today to a 16-minute old. This poor man, Boom, this poor man that sent me, or man or woman, this poor person that sent me an email said, I listened to your podcast on the train into work with earbuds. And he or she said, I love your show so much, but I can't listen to it anymore because I have to listen to it with earbuds on the train into work.
Because of the foghorn or the monkey or both.
Those were the two that he mentioned. Was the scream? He said, you guys are wonderful, but it's getting old. Is exactly what he said.
All right. So what we'll promise is, he just doesn't realize we've been doing the goal horn since way long ago.
A year,
All right,
yeah.
so what I'll do next episode, just for him who's not listening anymore, I'm gonna play it like this.
There we go, just nice and quiet.
Here, I'll give him. I'm gonna do so. The
You
goal
give him a
horn.
warning
It'll be like this, yeah. And then I'm just gonna go.
There, and that's actually what that person said was like.
Okay.
There's no warning. I don't know it's coming.
Okay, there we go.
That was a
we go.
weird one. That kind of.
Yeah. I'll just give him. Yeah, I'll just give him a nice little. I'll give him a nice little one. So we apologize to all you listeners who wear earbuds and listen to it. Remember, I told you you got to listen to this show at appropriate volumes.
Yeah, true.
But
You never know what's gonna happen.
I listen to it at appropriate volumes,
No, you
and it hurts my ears.
All right. Well, we will definitely do that.
We'll tag something onto
take-
the front of the foghorn so
we
you
will
know.
start. I'll be like, attention, everybody. The foghorn is going to start in 3 seconds.
Or even if you put the bump, bump, bump in front of it, I think that'll be great.
All
So then
right,
people know
all
it's
right.
coming.
And then they can all pull out their headphones and freak out. All right. Well, we will do that. Well, we had some shout outs. So we have some people that didn't complain about the foghorn this week. So I wanted to give them a shout out.
No, they do.
We had
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Oh crap! They all complain about the foghorn, just like that. All right. Here we go. So anyway, these were all from the website, which I forgot to ever look at. But we're getting comments on the website now, which I didn't expect, and we are. So first one is from Meldiastar. Meldiastar?
I think it's actually Media Star.
Oh.
At least it was in game, I think.
Oh, okay. Well,
Well, the first one's from Mumbles, right?
Yeah,
Oh
the first one's
yes,
from
yes.
Mumbles.
I'm sorry. There's 3 of them here. So Mumble, who's in chat, even how are you doing? Says, "Hey guys, love the podcast. You guys are hilarious. It sounds like you have lots of fun. Thanks for making my commute so enjoyable." Which this week it's just a big downer. It's a big
Stay
poop on
with
the
us.
parade. All right,
We'll
stay
get
with
happy
us.
again,
We'll get
Mumbles.
happy again. We just had a rough week. All right.
Yeah, rough week. We're crotchety.
It says, "I'm an old school casual player who just started playing Guild Wars 2 and would love to join you guys and help out." So he is now part of the guild, and we're so thankful to have you. Thank you so much for joining up. The next one is, it says Meldiastar, but it might be Mediastar. It said, "Just
could be
found
wrong.
your podcast a couple episodes back. I gotta say I'm loving it, even if some of Boom's sound effects drive me up the wall."
Cough, foghorn, cough.
Said, "I'd love to join you if I could. It sounds like a really fun time, and keep up the good work." So thank you so much. That was really, really nice. I thought that was pretty fantastic. Then we have Neblig. And
Which is
Neblig-
Militus's favorite.
Yeah, which somehow got turned into Nibble on Logdong last week. And who knows, maybe we're being
so
mean.
awesome.
I don't really know what's going on. It says,
Come
"Hey,
on.
I just started listening to your podcast. It's amazing. I guess that I qualify as a noob, F2P level 47 and 39, but I would love to still join your guild if you'll have me." And indeed we will, because we take all nice people, and you were certainly that. So thank you so much for joining up. The last one is from French Cannon, and French Cannon said, "Hi, I just found your guys' podcast today. You guys rock. You are so much fun to watch, and I really enjoy listening to you while I do college homework. If Boom could play the sound effects more often, that
No,
would be
that's not what
great,
it says.
because
No, that's not what it says.
I really enjoy them. If you could give me
No.
some information about the guild, I would just love to make some new friends. So welcome to French Cannon.
French Cannon did not say that.
I'm pretty
Beyond
sure
the
he
new
did.
French.
We also had a shout out from Grandma Boom, and Grandma Boom said,
No, Grandma
Love-
Boom didn't say anything.
"Love the sound effects. Keep them coming. I especially liked the NASCAR sound effect from this one." She's just in chat, Grandma Boom. So
Oh,
it
yeah.
worked out.
Lies.
Grandma Boom's just right there in chat. All right. Did we have?
By the way, for our tens of listeners, Grandma Boom was from a long time ago and asking us about our cinnamon drinks.
Yes, she was our first ever 5-star review.
Way
for
back
a
then.
different podcast, a long time ago. Grandma Boom,
Funny.
we love you, Grandma Boom. Any other shout outs that you guys had?
I got a shout out to Mumbles, who I met and played with last night, because Mumbles also sent me an in-game message expressing how much he enjoyed the podcast.
Oh, that's great.
And this is what I really have to shout out to Mumbles about. So in chat last night, we're talking about, I don't know how age pops up. I'm like, yeah, Milla's crusty old. And he's like, what are you, like 32? I'm like, Mumbles, I love you.
I love you,
You're
Mumbles.
so
kind. You're
Yeah.
so kind.
Yeah,
To
that's
this
nice.
40-something-year-old dude.
Both you and Boom do not look older than me at all.
Well, you're like 20-something. So
No,
just
and God
ancient.
bless you for that. No, not even close to 20 something.
But Mumbles said I was 30-something. He thought.
I have
so that's
I have
cool.
underwear as old as Tess.
Gross.
I am not that young. Oh my gosh.
Maybe now we're all loosened up. Maybe we should start the show now.
Yeah, no kidding.
We should
And
just call this
a
the
shout out
grumpy
to-
take, and then we'll do a happy take. Okay.
To Neo, I got to do this before I forget. So Neo, listen to me. I know you're listening to the podcast. I got your in-game message last night, but I was in the middle of dying on Shatter over and over and over, and I couldn't respond. I tried to respond, you logged off. Neo is coming to Gatlinburg. He's coming to my hometown.
He's coming to your hometown
this weekend.
Oh,
Neo,
fantastic.
listen to the podcast.
Yes.
Let's have a beer together.
Yeah, that'd be super cool.
Speaking
I
of
gotta-
getting together for beers, Milla,
And skiing.
you need to come because I'm sure Boomy will come out this summer sometime.
Colorado.
And you
I will,
guys all need
unless-
to come out. We should do a live from Tessa's living
Oh, that'd
room.
be cool.
That would be so much
It
fun.
would be fun. It would be very, very dangerous.
It'd be
Let's
awesome.
continue talking about
Yeah,
this. This
let's-
sounds
let's-
promising.
We'll talk about this right after the.
Maybe we need to do a
we're gonna
guild
talk about it
meetup here
after
out here
this.
in Colorado.
Yeah, maybe we'll do something like that. We're gonna talk
That's
about
dangerous
this right
in
after.
Colorado.
Yeah, in Colorado, that can get really crazy. Well,
Mm-hmm.
how about any new guild members?
We do. We have several new guild members. We're growing. We have Unix Legends. Welcome. Mumble, P Mumble. We've mentioned him or her several times. Welcome, Mumble. Chimpaco. That's my favorite. I'm gonna say.
Goldhorn coming in 3, 2, 1.
Paco dog. Yes.
Was that
Chimpaco
better?
dog. That was wonderful, Boom. It wasn't too loud. That was awesome.
All right, that was.
All
that was
right,
how I leave it.
now, depending on the next person's country of origin, this is either Lucia, or Lucilla.
I call it Luckilla. No?
Or if you're Donald Trump, it's Lucilla.
This next one, by the way,
gets your ass over the wall. Back
this last one, this last one is a 80s hair band that I would gladly see in concert.
And this is a friend of a friend of a friend. So welcome, Vixen Revolver.
I would be at that concert. I'm just going to tell you what. That is leather pants, long hair, and lighting things on fire. That is Vixen Revolver.
Okay, and as an addendum, I've got to mention this. The best band I've ever seen as an opening band, and is the name of my next tune, is going to be Red Bacteria Vacuum. Red Bacteria Vacuum was a not hair metal, but like screamo metal, a girl band from Japan that opened for Tool one year. And they came out and they're in their outfits, and they're like schoolgirl outfits, and like, hello, we are Red Bacteria Vacuum. It was awesome. So that's gonna be my next one.
We never RIP'd Scott, did we?
What?
Well, since we're talking Red Velvet Revolver and STP,
yes,
we never
No,
paid any
we
respect
never did, to Scott. And he was, by the way, I've been this close to that guy, Scott Whelan. He was like right here. I
worship that dude. Boom.
I
When
sat
was younger.
next to his parents at a concert in Colorado, and he
What?
gave a shout out to his parents, and he came out. You didn't know Scott
You know what we're
Whelan
talking
was
about,
dead?
don't we? Don't you tell?
Yes. What happened?
Well, he died.
Died.
Went to suicide.
When?
Well, this has been.
This has been a long time.
2 months ago. Let's see.
Oh.
Where have you been?
In work hell.
He died December 3rd.
Oh, I knew that. Oh yeah. I remember.
I'm gonna make a very bombastic claim real quick. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I know you close your show. I think had that guy had
Listen to our
so much
podcast?
control over
sorry.
drugs and alcohol, I really think Stone Temple Pilots could have been like my generation's Stones. I really think that. Like, I think STP could have been effing amazing if that guy could have kept it together.
Well, I'm just glad Tess didn't blame the bullhorn that I play on the show for killing him.
Oh my God.
Because she'd be like, Scott Whelan was listening to our podcast and he listened to the bullhorn and then he died.
Oh no.
We're going to hell. We are going to hell.
He stopped breathing because the bullhorn was too loud and he had
no.
earbuds in.
Boom, stop being a little snot face. I'm going to fight you.
And he died.
Ooh, I'm going to fight you.
It's on now. It's on now. Well,
I need to
That's
go
it.
listen.
That's
I'm gonna
it.
go
The
listen to some
second-
Vaseline.
The
after
second
this
we're
is over.
done with this, boom, you and me, Gildarina.
well, here's the problem with that. Actually, I'm going to stop the show and then I'll explain the problem to that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing else to add, on that note, we are out.
Don't miss it. February 24th. Tess takes on Boom in the gilded cage of awesome.
And sitting to the side will be naked Militus and naked Lord Farron. Pleasuring ourselves to the death and destruction.
The goal horn will be coming up in 3, 2,
Awful picture.
1.
Now I'm going to hell. I'm going to have to that.
And we're clear.